in my district. Her husband, Riley, is running for the state senate. I've been talking to them about it. They're on board. Ron Wyden turned to me at a meeting one time. He wouldn't say it in public, but he turned in a meeting one time to me and said, yeah, I said, what about energy from the vacuum? Because that's the way I was framing it up then a couple of years ago. And he finally turned to me and said, oh no, it was about a year ago, or maybe it was 2 years ago. He said, it's showing promise, but he said it very quietly. Folks, we need to shout it out. It's not only showing promise, it's here today. It's here today, and we need to come together and talk about it.
Shout out loud, like the KISS song says.
You know, we have, we got a phone call.
We got a phone call, and thank you for calling in. Hello, can you hear us? All right, good evening. Caller, are you there? Bill, do we still have that caller? Okay, we'll probably have to pan it into studio.
I love this guy, Judy. Listen, I'm going to walk in the other room.
Oh, yeah, we can hear you.
Hello?
No, it's not me.
Uh-huh.
No, it's not me.
We hear you.
Hello? Are you on the phone?
Yes,
yeah, we have you. Thanks for calling in.
Okay. Hi. I just was wondering where you guys stood on, or how you felt about Mr. Gore and the carbon credits.
He's a fake. He's bought by the corporate elitist. He's out there talking about stuff like global warming. The whole freaking universe is heating up and spinning up. It's not just the Earth. Give me a break, you know. Talk about what's real. He's got this organization called Repower America. It's just to take your money, folks, and send your money towards these corporate people who basically, you know, I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the system. There's a system way up there that governs these people. The people that work for these systems are human beings just like us. We love them.
Well, you hung up prematurely, but we do thank you for your call. That's a very important question.
Yes, comment on that.
Just my opinion.
Yeah, I do think it's important to make sure, you know, we differentiate our opinions on this.
Right.
I have followed the Gore message, you know, for a number of years, and had gone to see him and all this. And, you know, I can't speak to what is inside another man's heart. But what was disappointing is that in the proposed solutions,
right,
or how do we address, whether you want to look at it as global warming or climate change or pollution or whatever, how do we address that solution? Al Gore never proposed any of the things that we're talking about here, even though I know he's aware of this, because this has been put in his hands.
Oh, but there's more. Goldman Sachs was the banking institution that was given the role to create the global carbon tax system. The same banking institution that got billions of dollars from U.S. taxpayers. Right. That is what I call unsustainable.
Right. I should mention about 5 or 6 years ago, I used to wear a suit. I had short hair. I believed in this system. I believed that our government, I believed that the corporations really cared about me, and they cared about my family. They cared about America, apple pie, grandma, and the American way. I believed it, and I would have fought for that. I spent 8 years in the United States Air Force, and I believe in my country. I love my country, and I love what I really love is the people here. We're very resilient, and we can also be very outspoken when our passions are turned up. And I believe that, I hope and I pray that this conference will stir the passions of 1 or 2 people. If I can get one passion stirred up, I've done my job, and Joel has to.
The important thing at conferences is for the people that are in attendance to make eye contact with others that are in attendance, exchange phone numbers, develop friendships. Hey, it could last a lifetime. And that's the important thing. You know, I went to see David Icke in Bellingham, Washington last year. Beautiful, beautiful speech and presentation. But I believe that what would have been preferable, in my opinion, was to have some extra time allocated to meet and greet and get to know each other a little bit. Because it's one thing to watch someone up on, but you could just feel the energy. And the best part of the conference, though, was the breaks. Talking with people that traveled all over the world that question their reality and are looking for some sort of solution to the problems that we collectively face.
Well, if there's one other conference I will highly recommend for anyone who has just a little bit of dough set aside for a trip. look for the Extraordinary Technology Conference hosted by Tesla Tech. I don't know if is that okay for me to say that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Go
good,
ahead.
good, yeah. It's a wonderful conference. You will see inventions that will just curl the hair on the back of your hair. You know, I met some great people, Paul Pantone, you know, a lot of these inventors, you know, the Geet, what's it called, the Geet something?
Geet,
Yeah,
yes.
Geet. Hey folks, this thing will take your car or your motor, your motor, and you'll get, I forget how many times more efficiency for gasoline. But you know, you'd think that they would be talking about that on the news, right? Every day, so that we can save oil, or gas and not go bankrupt trying to enrich these oil companies.
You'd think you'd hear Adams, who's viewed by the, well, I'd say the majority of Portland, maybe not all, but quite a few, as someone that is passionate about sustainable living. And so where do you think the mayor stands with issues such as these, outside of bike lanes and outside of things of that nature?
I haven't spoken to the mayor about this directly, and there's certainly a lot of elected officials who you know I haven't been able to contact directly. I have written legislation, draft legislation about the need to support the new energy field which called out specific technologies that I definitely presented to members of Congress. And had spent with some other colleagues a few weeks back in Washington, D.C., presenting this to them and their staffs. And I could say we definitely got less than a lukewarm reception to this.
In terms of the positive, what politicians do you think are on the level, if you can't name any?
I think you know, Maria Cantwell in Washington State, who I have met with on you know, multiple